Sean Spencer. We on air, people. We are live. And welcome to Live with Sean Spencer, your boy. Yo, so glad to be here with you guys.
That sun shining on you. Always put yourself in a position where the sun shines on you.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Sean Spencer. Ha, you see that? We back, baby. Live and direct. We in your living room. And you know I'm one half of that dynamic duo that's Let's Talk Football. But today, ladies and gentlemen, you know we are here on behalf of Off the Wall Sports. It's your boy, Sean Spencer, one of Off the Wall Sports and Off the Wall Media, man. Just doing that thing, man. Trying to do what I do best, and let's talk a little football for that ass. Yes, boy. And you see it right here. We on there. And I'm so excited. Football season is back. Training camp is back, man. I'm ready to go. You see I got the hat on, man. We ready. We live and direct, man, and we gotta talk some ball, man. We gotta talk some football. I'm hyped. Let me sit here and send this to my people, get a couple heads up in here so we can chit chat it up, man, and get this thing on and popping, man, because I'm super excited to get down with y'all on this morning. Yeah, or actually on this afternoon. It's 2:00. Hey, you see how it is. But listen, we here. We gonna talk a little training camp. We gonna talk some injuries, and we gonna talk some NFL conspiracies, man. So I need y'all to tune in with your boy and let me know where y'all stand, how y'all are feeling today, because I got a lot to talk about, and we gonna focus on some of them boys from that deep south, man. That H-town, Houston. So you know if we talking Houston, got to bring in my guy, Nine, the poet, and you know it in the building. Yay! What up, Nine? Woo-wee!
What's happening, boy? How you living? You know what I'm saying? Know somebody?
Man, hey, you know, I see that hat. It's all good.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm living
you got
good,
mine,
baby.
you got said. Yeah, I got
I
mine.
can dig it.
You know
I
what
can
I'm
dig
saying?
it.
I had to get with the program. You know what I'm saying? You was studying on me. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I can't sit here and do this. And you got a whole hat on. I ain't got mine. So here we are.
Oh yeah. You know I had to come correct, my guy. I had to come correct with it, man. But nah, man, you in the building. It's been a minute since ain't been a minute since you and I chatted, but it's been a minute since we talked a little football, baby. Boy, what's good, man? You getting ready for the season?
Okay. You know, I can't wait, bro. I'm so ready for this season and shit. I'm so ready for, you know what I'm saying, the just the camaraderie, bro. The barbecues, the chilling with my people.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, the stress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Come on with
it. Oh Lord, sometimes they be stressing me out, man.
Bruh, hey,
But
you see what's up here. You see what's up here. You know, if we talking stress, you looking right in the face of stress, man. We still don't know the team name, man.
I don't see how you do it, dog. I don't see. Look, I would have went to Baltimore real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, I filled out some applications. I've filled out some applications over the year. But hey, I'm a glutton for punishment, man. I always come back here and get with my daggone Commanders. But look, we ain't talking Commanders, ladies and gentlemen. Today we talking a little AFC talk, man. Tune in with us, rap with us. I see y'all in the comments. What's going on? We gonna chat a little bit. Training camp is here. All right, training camp is here. Football teams are reporting back. The rookies are back. Some of the vets are back in here. They in here doing the drills. The pads are coming on. The hitting of the pads. The fans are about to be here. I'm excited. Yo, and I know you right around the way from Houston. Are you gonna go to any of the training camps, or do you do that in the off season, or what you do?
I do it. Actually, I'm in Houston, and yeah, I do go to them because they're free. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
We love. The only thing about Houston Texans training camps, is it's hellacious out there, bro. It's so hot, bro. They try to start it like at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning. So by 12, people can go home because, boy,
Too much.
And then plus the new NFL rules, they don't necessarily do 2-a-days like they once did. You know what I'm saying? So we rather go to the evening session, but it don't really be nothing no more. So yeah, man, I'm gonna try to go see one of them, man. I'm gonna go see what's up.
Oh yeah. Now I'm down here in the North Carolina, North Cackalack. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of these cats. Every news interview, every TV show, every news broadcast is Carolina, Carolina, Carolina. But man, I'm about to make that trip 4.5 hours up north, go to Ashburn, Virginia, and go see my Commanders, man. I gotta see what we doing, man. I gotta see what we doing.
That's
See if
tough.
I can talk to Coach.
That's dedication, man. That's dedication. I barely want to go 30 minutes down 16. You talking about going 4 hours? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, my people hit me up already. Like, man, you gonna come? You gonna come up north, man? What you gonna do, man? So I'm gonna try to make it happen. We're gonna see how this weather treating us, because they talking about it's like a 101 out there. We ain't doing all that. I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless I get some air and I'm gonna do some ice bucket challenges, but we ain't doing that 101 degrees. None of that. None of that.
Man, I'll be a Panther fan. I'll be a Panther fan before I go all the way up there.
Come on, I hear that. Yo. But look, let's get right into it, man. You talked about your team. Got my my buddy Scott in the comments talk about the Rams will win. He's a diehard Rams fan. We gonna see. I don't know. I mean, the Rams, they got a team. We'll see if Aaron Donald come back. But look, let's go to y'all, man. Houston Texans. Y'all, man, I picked y'all. Y'all my dark horse to make it deep. AFC Championship. Maybe Super Bowl. You've been talking to me with CJ Stroud, man. You've been talking Davis Webb. You've been Davis Mills. You've been going back and forth with me. You know what I mean? Might even potentially get a chance to chit chat with the coach, man. We'll save that for another day. But what's your expectations, man? You see, this is it, man. What you thinking?
I want to. We're gonna at least win the division. That's gonna happen.
Okay.
That's gonna, without a doubt, that's gonna happen. As long as CJ play like he did his rookie season, we gonna be all right. We got Tank Dell back. You know what I'm saying? So Tank, he a locker room, presence. He keeps CJ grounded. CJ done cut out them damn locks. Now he got the fade. You know what I'm saying? So he looking more like he by business. As long as Stroud, he ain't even gotta go crazy. Like, he don't have to have Lamar Jackson numbers for us to do incredible damage. He just gotta not throw out them damn interceptions. If he come in here, he have 150 yards a game, maybe a touchdown or two, we gonna win a lot, bro. A lot.
Okay. Yeah, okay, but you've been talking to me a lot about if he start messing up early. You said it this morning. That first interception. You got quick. You really gonna go to the backup that quickly?
Davis Mills.
Brother.
Last year we was in this position where we was like, we gonna give him a shot till we was 3-7. You know what I'm saying? And then when CJ had that concussion, who came and took us to what was it, 9-7? What was it, 7-7 before CJ came back? It was Davis. Who brought us back in the fourth quarter down 21 to beat the Jaguars, to make sure that we was even going to have a chance in the first place.
Wow. That's what we're doing right now. Okay. All right. Hey, I ain't mad at you.
Tell me who it was. Was it somebody else? Did I miss it?
I ain't mad at you. Look, if you think Davis Mills is going to be the answer, then hey. Now, it could be that wide receiver, your stud Tank Dell, that was out all last year because, dislocated kneecap and ACL, LCL, all that stuff. Or the fact that your oline was struggling. Could that have been the problem? I mean, look, I don't know what's going on with CJ. We know that sophomore slump, and then kind of carried the last year. Like, you really ain't gonna give him no kind of leash. You just taking him out immediately if he struggles.
CJ and Davis had the same offensive line, and they didn't block no better for Davis than they did for CJ. But what Davis did that CJ didn't do? Davis threw the ball away. CJ
Uh,
threw it to the other
uh,
team.
uh, okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. Hey, efficiency is key. Yo, we got cats in the comments. Misador saying, I thought this was NFL talk. What is it? D3 commander? Look, D3. No, last time I looked, Misador, what happened when we played in the playoffs? Didn't we beat y'all in the playoffs? Did we? I'm gonna step back on that. I'm gonna step back. And Scott, you in this Rams talk, man. Keep it moving. But look, you hit the nail on the head. Uh, CJ is David Carr 2.0. Wow. Misador said CJ is David Carr 2.0. You and I talked about it. You've seen David Carr play. Is he right? Is CJ? Oh, that's what we're doing right now. Oh my goodness.
I feel like David Carr had way less than CJ ever. Like David Carr would dream of what CJ had as a team. You know what I'm saying? David Carr ain't had nothing. He ain't had no O-line. He ain't had no receivers. He ain't had no running backs. He ain't had no D-line. He ain't had no linebackers. He ain't had no secondary. He ain't had no kicker. He ain't had no kick return. He ain't had no punt return. He damn near didn't have no water on the bench. That nigga got sacked 78 times in one season, and he played all the games.
Yeah,
so he ain't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So that might be true, but if David Carr had some talent, you know what I'm saying, it could be different. And it's funny because you talking about David Carr, but David Carr got a Super Bowl. Well, so if that means that my boy CJ 2.0, he gonna get a Super Bowl starting instead of backing up.
Well, we gonna see what CJ gonna do. But look, you know what we gonna do? We're gonna talk about this O-line y'all got going on because you've been talking to me about it. You've been saying they've been struggling, and I know Davis Mills did something. And hey, CJ he struggled and might be in the head. But let's get into this O-line, man. You traded you traded the Browns for their guard Wyatt Teller. You signed Braden Smith. You drafted Keelan Rutledge from Georgia Tech. You know what I mean? You already got a couple pieces along that O-line, Ariante Irsay, Ed Ingram. You know what I mean? You got guys that are kind of fighting for position. Rutledge, maybe he wants to go, maybe they're going to try to work him out at center. He's played guard a lot. What's the name? Teller is another guy that's played a lot. He's played a lot of right guard. Now they're going to move him over to left. Do you think that you can move these guys into position to where there's going to be an upgrade on that offense?
Well, if we talking about Teller, let's also talk about the fact that he's a 3-time Pro Bowler. So I feel like when you that type of player, you can move him wherever the fuck you want to, and he gonna make a difference.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Ed Ingram, you know what I'm saying? Fabici, Nuau, you know, them the ones that we really need to kind of, you know what I'm saying, look into. Braden Smith, people that we picked up, that we signed out of free agency. And then also Ursary, this is gonna be his second year, you know what I mean? So and he going to tackle. So that's a little concerning. I'm not worried about Teller at all. I'm a little bit more worried about the draft pick that we picked up.
Rutledge from Georgia Tech.
Yeah, because he ain't never seen it, but shit, you know, you see it. When you see it, you see it. You know, maybe he might pick it up real quick. Georgia Tech had a very run-heavy offense, so he was used to having to, you know, push people off the ball. Where in Houston, we do have a run-heavy offense as well. So, you know what I'm saying? We gonna see. We get active out the single back a lot. You know what I'm saying? We get active out the shotgun in the run game a lot. Yeah. So I feel like we let go of a lot of, you know, a lot of dead ends, a lot of fat. And so when it come to that, and that's the thing for the whole NFL season coming up, is we gonna see. It's a lot of stuff we gonna see.
Yeah, because a lot's gonna have to come with what y'all gonna do. You know, we're gonna talk about Tank Dell a little bit later, but y'all run game. You talked to me about that earlier. Woody Marks out of USC. How good is he gonna play? You got that other boy that that's grinded, getting almost 4 yards of carry. If y'all could get that run game, you want to talk about things that would help your quarterbacks. That run game would be huge, and this O line is gonna help that, man.
Well, yeah, man. Shout out to David Montgomery coming in
Mm-hmm.
from Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nick Chubb was washed up, and Mixon was I don't want to say he was a liability. Let's say that
Mm.
Mixon was a liability. You know what I'm saying? And so Woody Marks filled in quite well, actually. You know, he
Right,
was
right.
one of the people that they put in with Mills to kind of get, you know what I'm saying, kind of change the pace, see what we can do, try something new, and it worked. So I feel like it's gonna be Sonic and Nuts, but it's gonna be two Nuts because both of them they big backs, they run
Mm-hmm.
big. You know what I'm saying, and that's what we gonna do. I feel like we gonna get teams into the run game because we gonna be popping 3 and 4 yards a pop,
Mm-hmm.
and they gonna bite down. They gonna move towards the run, and that's when we gonna go over the top. Because at the end of the day, Nico Collins is fast as fuck.
Come on.
He is, bro.
Come
At
on.
the end of the day,
Yeah.
Tank Dell with all that repaired knee history is still fast as fuck, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. They got it, man.
And if
They
you
got it.
bite on that run, we going over the top. It's gonna happen.
I can
It's
I
gonna
can
happen.
see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
My guy Jay Red in the building. What up, boss man? What's going on, Jay Red? Look, Jay Red's a fan of that other team in Texas, that Dallas team. We ain't gonna dive into them jokers. We ain't thinking about them jokers right now, man. We gonna keep this thing moving right along. So look, we talked about Houston. That's your squad. But let's look at the other team in your division. Now we ain't gonna talk about Tennessee because we already know they kind of far down the way. The Colts, there's been speculation that maybe they ain't gonna run Jonathan Taylor as much. I know we still got to figure out what they doing at quarterback. Riley Leonard, Daniel Jones, who knows? But there is another team that a lot of people, if they ain't paying attention to y'all division, Jacksonville. This is one of the most dominant teams in there. And I think one of the biggest questions that we got to ask with Jacksonville is how are they looking at wide receiver? You got that dude Brian Thomas Jr. Obviously, they went and they picked up Jacoby Myers at the trade deadline last year, and they extended him. I think they gave him like a 3 year, uh, but $60 million contract. So they putting in time with him. But then they got that other cat, Parker Washington, who developed a great rapport with Trevor Lawrence. How you looking at those wide receivers? I mean, are you? I know D'Amico got that defense on lock in Houston, but you guys went back and forth with them. What are your thoughts about Jacksonville and their wide receivers?
I think that Jacksonville wide receivers is a good solid group when you playing somebody that's not top 10 defense. You
There
know
you
what I'm
go.
saying?
Okay. Yeah.
When they play real competition, it get real sketchy. And it ain't
Mm,
necessarily because solely of the receivers. Yo, you got to block, bro. And I'm sorry.
facts.
When we
Facts.
seen them in Jacksonville and when we seen them in Houston. Well, Myers wasn't there the first time we seen him.
Hmm.
I don't think he was there the second time we seen him. But I'll tell you what though, they still had a hard time moving that ball up the field. It wasn't no high scoring shootout game. The first game, it was like 17-14, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in that
Hmm.
area. And the second game was a shootout. Because of CJ Stroud's fuckery,
Hmm.
the Jaguars had got the ball on our side of the ball for 3 turnovers, and that's how they scored them 21 points. But when we corrected that
Hmm.
and we made the right, and we had to because he had a concussion. It's not like we could do anything else. Couldn't send him back out there. But when we corrected that, the numbers changed. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? They got a good receiver core, but they don't have a good secondary. They got a decent front seven, but they ain't got a good secondary. You know what I'm saying? They got a good quarterback, but they ain't got a good line. And yo, they got a okay line, and that's good for okay shit. But when you get to teams like the Bills, the Ravens, the Steelers, you know what I'm saying, within the AFC, the Broncos, the Patriots, you know what I'm saying, definitely the Texans. Yo, it get greasy. It get greasy. It ain't that easy no more. It don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna come out here and throw 350 yards. Absolutely.
Facts. And I think that's going to play big because they can play against other teams in the league. But even in the AFC, it's an issue. But when you're playing divisional opponents who play you 2 times a year, a lot of times they got your number. They scout you. They know what's coming. Now, I think, and J. Red was saying it, ground and pound and play good D. Hey, that's the formula. Shorten the game. Hope QB1 can make smart decisions. But this is a question. The next one, that what he said, this is something that I want to see because anybody can get those 3 receivers. But if you're able to get a 4th, and Travis Hunter, we know, great 2-way player, Heisman Trophy winner from 2 years ago, got in there a little bit wide receiver, really wasn't that impactful. Can he come in and be this guy at wide receiver? I mean, for Jacksonville, will that be a threat for them?
I don't think so. I think that I know for a fact that they moving him primarily to the defensive side of all this shit.
Okay.
They already seen it. They already tried it. They went and got Jacoby Myers, bro. They need Travis Hunter to focus on locking shit down because they have a secondary issue. They do, bro. They name me they secondary.
Crickets.
See, you the sports guy. You
I
supposed to know shit like that.
I know that. I gotta go look. I gotta go look at this. Look.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
What I mean. That's what I mean right there. That's exactly what I mean. That they don't have the defense. The Jaguars in a lot of games went like their defense gave up more than 21 points in a lot of games. And they need something to stop that hemorrhaging, to stop the bleeding. You know what I'm saying? They need that.
Yeah, they looking at, you said Travis Hunter, Jack Kaiser, Eric Murray, Antonio Johnson, Montaric Brown. None of these guys really strike a chord. I know they got Trayvon Walker. Yeah. So I look, I'm there with you. I don't know that they have the guys that could do it, and that's why I'm emphasizing these wide receivers because they're going to need to have guys that can create separation. Parker Washington was starting to show up last year and be one of those type of guys. Clearly, they put a lot of time and money into Jacoby Myers and hope that he will be it. But I think the biggest thing we got to look at is Brian Thomas Jr. That first year, he's coming out the woodworks, exploding, dominating. And then this last year, now that they got Liam Cohen at head coach, he really struggled. I mean, he really kind of fell through the floor.
They had 2 Thomases his first year. Didn't they have 2 Thomases his first year? One and another Thomas on the other side of the ball?
I believe so. And I know.
Good. And I feel like that opened up the single coverage. You know what I'm saying? That first year, but then once the other Thomas left and he became the primary threat.
I think that's why they went and got Jacoby Myers, because Hunter didn't provide the extra threat for them, so they needed another guy in wide receiver. That opened things up for Parker Washington, but Brian Thomas was the one who struggled from that. So I don't know. We're gonna see.
I think what happens is, and this is honest to God truth, because I seen 2 all-time wide receivers come through my city. With Andre Johnson, his first year, he only had 800 yards. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Hopkins, his first year, he only had 800, 900 yards. He ain't had that much. I don't think he had that much. I think he had like 600. I think with Hunter, he got hurt last year on the offensive side of the ball, and I feel like that scared Jacksonville. But you won't never be able to go next level in receiver until you have that first that first year of recognizing, okay, this is your competition. This is what they know. Now that you've seen it, you can kind of apply it in the next year. So
Right.
yeah, I think that also played part in that Jacoby Myers decision. Was like, no, we're not gonna hurt our money bag. He's supposed to play defense. You know what I'm saying?
And I think you right on top, man. You hit the nail on the head with that one. Is that they looked at this guy, and when they drafted him, everybody was asking questions: Can he play offense? Can he play defense? But realistically, this ain't 1960 whatever, where you have everybody playing
Mm-hmm.
both ways. Realistically, you
Mm-hmm.
can't. It's not feasible to think that you're gonna play both way, offense and defense, and play it to the level that he played it in college. So he can be
Sure.
a potential lockdown corner, yes, but I don't think
Sure.
you're gonna sit
Right.
here and get him running routes all day on offense. I just don't think you're gonna do that. So yeah, I think you hit
Right.
the nail on the head with that, man. So we're gonna see what Jacksonville. Obviously, they had a great year a year ago, but now a lot of people got tape on them. That schedule's gonna be a little tougher. Houston's prime and ready to go. The Colts, obviously, they want their shot. So we're gonna see what's going on. And a lot of other teams in that AFC want to show up. And this is another one of those teams, Cincinnati. And look, you being an AFC guy, you have seen these guys. Last year, obviously Burrow's hurt. They got Higgins and Jamar Chase paid, but that defense. It don't matter if you can score 30, 40 points. If the other team is scoring 40 or 50 points, what that mean for you? That defense absolutely has been a liability. Obviously, we know Hendrickson, he's now a Baltimore Raven, so that kind of hurt their edge rushing. Their linebackers were particularly terrible. I think it's Barrett Carter out of Clemson and Demetrius Knight Jr. out of South Carolina struggled mightily against the run and the pass. If you can't stop the run and you can't stop the pass, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. They might need to put you on offense because you damn near helping the offense already. I mean, look, they were. I think it was Knight was sixth and Carter was seventh best missed tackle rate. You know what I mean from off ball linebackers. These guys were giving things up left and right. They bring in
Mm-hmm.
Dexter Lawrence. They bring in Jonathan Allen to help get the defense.
Mm-hmm.
They bring in Boye Mafe, who played a little outside linebacker. They put him from Seattle in their Super Bowl team. He's going to help them on their edge. But realistically, you've seen these guys. We know what their offense is. Is their defense going to look any better this year coming up? I mean, that's a tough AFC. You got y'all. You got the Chiefs. You got the Jacksonville, the Ravens. I mean, Buffalo can be good at times, or has been good over the year. Maybe not against y'all. I know you're gonna say it. But they have been good. Can Cincinnati? I mean, can they turn this thing around now that they got a healthy Joe Burrow?
You can't talk the good teams in the AFC without saying the Texans. Start there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Second of all,
I called y'all out.
I don't feel like they can. I honestly don't think so because Dexter Lawrence is an interior lineman. And that
Mm-hmm.
other guy they got is another interior lineman. That might help with the run game,
Right.
but the pass game is still gonna be a problem when you are playing the likes of Lamar Jackson. You playing the likes of well, you can say, all right, we're not gonna count Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you paying the likes of Aaron Rodgers, who is grandpa time and he done seen it all, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to have a full defense like we did to stop, those situations. We stopped Baltimore last year, but Lamar was hurt. But without Lamar, which I feel like that's everybody's stand. Without Lamar, Baltimore's offense ain't shit. I don't give a
Mm.
damn. Ain't nobody
They struggle
without
for sure.
him. They don't count, bro. They are out. They are null and void, and we proved that in Baltimore for the first time in life. You know what I'm saying? We done been to a couple playoff games out there, got destroyed, but it felt so good to completely wipe the flow with them cats. I'm talking about, boy, them boys ain't scored no points. They scored like threes. It was a bad day for them out there in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? You was right to keep your commander hat on that day, cause boy, woo, you know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like they gonna do what they've been doing. In this year, if Joe Burrow is there, they can have shootouts and let Joe pull out his good his captain comeback captain save him last 2 minutes of the game performances, because he do that, like he good at that, and that's it. Don't matter if you win 55 to 54, shit, you won, you know what I'm saying? And as long as Joe stay upright, they gonna win a lot of games like that.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I gotta preface this whole thing by saying the Bengals defense does not have to be top 10. They don't have to be elite. They can be average, and Joe Burrow and that offense could get them over the hump in more games than not. Okay, they can get them, especially in that division. You talked about the Bengals. The Ravens still, I mean, yes, you got Lamar, you got King Henry. They got a legit defense, but they got a new head coach. We don't know what that's going to look like. And then you got Pittsburgh, old man Aaron. He's one good hit away from his career being over. We know how that offense rocks. So they could potentially win that division if Burrow plays great. Shout out to my guy Ben Cornett, host of Have At It, saying, well, the Bengals got Dexter Lawrence on their D line. But I still think it's an average defense at best, unproven otherwise. You're absolutely right. You can add in. They also who else did they get? They got Jonathan Allen. They also got who was it? I told you Boye Mafe that he's going to help the edge with Cassius Howell and Shamar Stewart, the younger edge rusher that they got from Texas Tech a couple of years ago. They ended up getting Brian Cook. Signed him on, I think, a 3-year, $42.5 million contract. He was over there playing with the Chiefs. Actually had his best year last year, 50 solo tackles, 6 pass breakups. I think he was a part of 85 tackles or something like that. They have a couple pieces potentially in their secondary. They don't have to do great, but when we're talking about these elite teams that have wide receivers that are going deep, you guys talking about getting Tank Dell back. We just talked about the Jags wide receivers, looking through all the AFC and things they got, it could be a struggle for them. It could absolutely be a struggle. J Red saying if their young defensive end can get a clue, they might have a decent pass rush. Their offense don't need much. Right. I get it. And Ben said, I slightly disagree. The Bengals have lost a few offensive shootouts, even with Burrow at quarterback. Their defense still needs to be good to make a run in the playoffs. And I think that's the difference. If we're talking getting through to and through the playoffs, they need to be, I think, legit. And when I say legit, I'd be above average. Okay? You're not going to go into one of these games, like speaking of you with Houston, with that top 10, top 5 potential defense, they might shut down the pass game. They might make it, a 21-17 type ball game. That's when your defense needs to show up.
Top three.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
We got McDonald from Ohio State, and then we ain't talked about that, but you will, Nick. The season start. You know what I'm saying? We got the coldest defensive end combo in the league, especially if Donald don't come back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. With the what's that boy name? Will Anderson, and over on the other side. You know what I'm talking about? That's scary. That's Danielle Hunter. That's scary. That's terrifying. You know what I'm saying? And this boy McDonald, who is an All-American, first team All-American from the Ohio State University.
I seen it. Oh yeah.
325 pounds.
I'm agreeing with you. I agree. I agree that defense that y'all got is legit, and for y'all, it's the other side. It's the offense that needs to show up, and maybe it's that quarterback play that might be the difference.
It's the quarterback. The quarterback in the line need to get it together. If they can get it together.
Now, shout out to what Jay Red was saying. He said we got to remember when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. I mean, you talk about Carr getting sacked 78 times. Burrow got sacked 70 plus times, and all they had was Trey Hendrickson on defense. So in reality, you just need that momentum. If that offense is that good, you need that momentum. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Realistically, I just don't think. I mean, look, DJ Hill, or DJ Turner, Dax Hill, they got a couple pieces on defense, but it's gonna take a little bit more than that, in my opinion, to really make it far in the playoffs. So we're gonna see with
Man,
Cincinnati.
David Carr ain't had nothing.
Yeah,
Joe
nothing.
Burrow had Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
If David
And
Carr
him.
had Jamar Chase, it'd be a different story. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's just real, bro. And David Burrow got Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
If David Carr had a Higgins, it'd be a different story, bro. David Carr is actually a good quarterback. We done seen David Carr throw with Patrick Mahomes for All-Star Weekend
Yeah.
and actually look like he belonged there. Like David Carr is not bad. He didn't have nothing. He came to a complete expansion team with nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
it didn't play in his favor. But he ain't just, you know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he ain't
Hey,
had
this
nothing.
this this the comment of the day. Let's be real. If the Texans had even a decent offensive line last season, they could have been in the Super Bowl. I think so. I was a big, huge fan of Texans. You still it's on CJ Stroud. You keep if they could
CJ
have protected
Stroud
CJ,
threw 5 interceptions, bro. That didn't
if
have nothing to do with the line,
um,
man.
if
And
CJ
if
if
a
they could
nigga
have
got back
protected him,
to if he got back to all he had to do was throw it away, bro. He had no time to do that, and he didn't. He
he was
literally
scared.
looked
He
two
was scared.
defenders in the eyes as they lifted him up off the ground and just flung it wherever.
Oh,
Come
look,
on,
hey,
man. Come on, man. Come on,
look.
man.
I'm telling you, I still say this. They are my dark horse to go if they can get some help for that offensive line. Their receivers now they getting your boy Tank back. I think they're gonna be all right. Shout out to Allie in the comments. She's a Giants and Seattle fan. What's going on? How you doing? And Ben, our guy Scott says hi. He just wanted to let you know that. But here's something
I'm gonna
else. Go ahead.
say this right quick. I'm gonna say this right quick, just right fast. When CJ Stroud his rookie year, our offensive line was equally as shit. They equally sucked as bad. But CJ Stroud made magical plays. Like he threw balls in incredible angles that we'd never seen before. And
Mm-hmm.
then the second year happened. And his homeboy was out. You feel me? So he had a pep talk like, say,
Tank
man, get your
Dell.
shit together.
Tank Dell.
He ain't had
Yep.
it. You feel me? So I'm telling you, having an offensive line is great, but you just said Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl, sacked 70 times. So it's some grace in that. But bro, Joe Burrow never in a game threw over 3 interceptions, bro.
CJ, he gonna have to figure it out. He gonna have to figure it out. Shout out to Brandon Hallam. Um, he's saying if David Montgomery gets a Super Bowl with the Texans, but not with the Lions, will be a story there. Hey, I believe it. And then he also said, to your point, Carlton Davis had 2 interceptions in the last 2 regular seasons, and then Carlton Davis had 4 interceptions off Stroud in the last 2 years. Stroud might be in his head right now. He might be in his head with, we all know about the sophomore slump, and then after that, he's been struggling. He's been struggling. So we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen this coming year, because the Texans, I still think, man, they still my dark horse. I know you're gonna try to talk me off that ledge, but I think CJ's gonna come back and get it going. But real quick, if there's one team that I think stands in the way of everybody in the AFC, it is the Denver Broncos. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously they lost in the AFC Championship, but let's be realistic. If Bo Nix plays in that game, if he doesn't get hurt in the divisional round, I think Broncos are a lock to make it into the Super Bowl. Shout out, I love my guy Drake May, but I think the Broncos get to the Super Bowl. Now, this year, their quarterback coach, Davis Webb, becomes their offensive coordinator. Sean Payton last year, their head coach, was the play caller. Now Davis Webb is going to be the play caller, trying to, streamline that offense, trying to make things smoother and that. We've seen it throughout the years. Kellen Moore with the Eagles, they have this dominant offense, 2,000-yard rusher, crush the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The year later, the offense of the Eagles falls off. because Kellen Moore goes over and plays and coaches for the Saints. We've seen how different offenses struggle the minute you take some of the OC out of there. Case in point, you bring the OC from, they were dominant with the Chiefs. Eric Bieniemy comes to Washington. OC can't do it. It's not the same. When they're not with that offense, things change. Could this be different for the Broncos now? Head coach was calling the plays. We all know how good of a play caller Sean Payton is. Now you're giving it to your quarterbacks coach, who you're trying to lift him up and make him your offensive coordinator. The way I'm looking at it, I kind of look at it as like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But what you think?
First of all, Sean Payton is one of the best coaches, if not the best coach of this generation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sean Payton is the man, bro. You know what I'm talking about? He is an offensive genius, and he had the patience. Because what's the quarterback name in Denver? What's that boy name?
Bo Nix. Bo Nix.
Yeah, Nix. Nix wasn't amazing coming out, but what he was Sean Payton was patient with him, and Nix won a lot of close ass games. Nix won the most 3-point games, 2-point, 1-point game in the league. Like he beat us by 3 points in the fourth quarter at the last play of the game. So
we almost beat him last year, and we won 4 games. So
you can't teach that, bro. That's like Joe Montana. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a great, but a lot of games he came back. Tom Brady came back in the Super Bowl from 24, some shit like that.
25, 28-3. Yep.
Yeah, and Peyton is the guy to teach and be like, okay, we're gonna be patient, we're gonna still do us, and we're gonna get it done, which he did. This new cat, I don't even know who Webb is, bro. I don't know who that is,
So Webb was their quarterbacks coach from a year ago. Webb played in college. He played, I believe, 3 years for Texas Tech at quarterback, and then transferred to the Cal Golden Bears. He played a year over there, and then he came into the league. He was basically a backup. I think he played for like the Giants and somebody like that. Never really was a starter in the league. Obviously, now a lot of these guys are coming from playing quarterback and then to now being OC. He was the quarterback's coach last year, which means that you just sitting there in the room talking to the quarterback, but you ain't calling the plays. Now they're giving him the ability to call plays. That's going to be interesting. Shout out to my guy Jay Red. He's saying, I don't care what nobody say. I don't think Bo Nix is worth a box of nickels. They coming back to earth this season.
That's how I feel about Drake May.
Oh my God, goodness. Here we go with this Drake May hate. Yo, Drake May, no, bro. Drake May is legit. Okay, he made North Carolina look good, first and foremost. Secondly, that offense for the daggone Patriots wasn't nothing, man. I'm telling you. Watch Drake. Drake May get into the playoffs this year. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen.
Drake May ain't shit, bro. Drake May is the most vanilla, the most no flavor having ass white boy in all of football, bro. And you can't put him in a commercial with Sloan Stevens to make me change my mind. You know what I'm saying? That boy is Miracle Whip.
Wow.
That boy is motherfucking Hellman's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on now. Don't do this to my guy.
You know what I'm saying? It's bad, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I can't, bro. I just can't, bro. Like I feel like he is the savior of Vrabel, and at the end of the day, I don't feel like Vrabel all that. He got too many off the field issues. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like this year because they went to the Super Bowl and they won their division. They have a number 1 divisional track this year. Last year they had a number 4 divisional track. 4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah,
4. That mean they played. That mean they played the Dolphins twice. They played the Jets twice. They played the Raiders. They played the Cardinals.
So they gonna
Come
play the
on,
Jets
dog.
and the Dolphins twice again. They still got those 4 games. They still got
But
2 against the Jets
but
and 2
they
against
got
the
some.
Cardinals. Two against
They got the Ravens this year. They got the
yeah,
Ravens this year.
yep,
They got some pounds, bro. It ain't just sweet. They got the Seahawks this year. It ain't
okay,
just like, oh, it's gonna be, and we gonna see. Cause one thing Drake May don't know how to do, he kind of like he do it a little bit because he white and he like, oh, I'm gonna get away. He can't get away all the time. We showed you that in the playoffs. We
okay,
put him on the
okay.
ground so much. We put him on the ground. If our quarterback ain't throw 5 interceptions, we would have won that game.
I'm about to say who won that game. Hey, it is what it is. But look, to your point,
And
J
it,
Red said
and
I
it's close.
agree. He said I agree. Drake May is gluten-free pancakes. Mm,
Thank you,
that's
bro.
extra white.
Thank you, bro.
That's extra
Thank you,
white.
bro. Sugar-free syrup. He is trash, bro. That boy is
No, he
that
didn't
boy.
say sugar-free syrup.
Have you ever heard of hominy? That's what he is.
Yeah.
He hominy.
Oh,
He hominy.
not bad,
Yeah,
not good.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh man, look, hey, all right, y'all doing my guy like that. But look, I think honestly, going back to that Denver thing real quick, man, it's going to be interesting to see. We know what they kind of have something similar to y'all. Really good defense, but that offense, man, a couple wide receivers here and there, maybe. I don't really know. The run game, they gave Javonte Williams to the Cowboys, so a lot of it is Sean Payton, like you said, his play calling, his coaching. Now you're giving the play calling over to this guy. This could ruin things. And you talking about also bringing that top schedule because their schedule is a little easier. Now they got a tougher schedule. Patrick Mahomes is coming back. The Chargers are looking decent. So who knows what's going to happen? This could be a problem for them. And I'm saying it right now. If they struggle in the month of September and early October, watch Sean Payton take that from him, man. Watch him take the play calling back and say, I'm calling plays now.
You
Look at
know,
me.
you
Look
know
at
what?
me.
You
It's
know
my
what
shit
though?
now.
You know what though? We also got to consider where we at right now. What we talking about? Where we at right now? Sean
Facts.
Payton is the man, but it's one person that got more pull in Denver right now than Sean Payton, and his
Mm,
name is John Elway. And if
mm.
John Elway say, "Hey, bring this nigga up," guess what's about to
Right,
happen?
right. You gonna bring
He
him
about
up?
to call the plays, man. He gonna
Got
call
him.
them plays, man. John
Mm-hmm.
Elway run it out, bro. I don't care who you is. If your name ain't John, so I think that's it. I think he pulled that trigger. I think John Elway said, "Hey, man, we gonna bring some notoriety to our quarterbacks coach. We gonna give him a shot to what I'm saying, see if he can be something in this business. Also, Sean Payton, he when he won a Super Bowl, he was relatively younger, but now he getting up there in age. You know what I'm saying, Sean, and he ain't young no more. So they might be looking for a potential replacement in the next 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So yeah.
mm. That could be interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you. That could definitely be interesting, man. We're gonna have to see how that thing plays out, man, because that could be definitely very, very interesting going forward, man. But look, yo, we're gonna take a quick breather. I gotta pay some bills real quick. But we're gonna come back and talk some injuries, and then we're gonna finish this thing off. Shout out to my guy Anton Benson. We'll be right back. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yo, shout out to my guy Anton Benson of Awesome Artisans. You can find him on Instagram, awesome_artisans. He's also on Facebook, man. You definitely want to get in touch with him. Does great work from the Virginia Beach area, but he'll travel up and down the East Coast and to the Midwest. Yo, this is your boy, Sean Spencer, host of Off the Wall Sports, but also host of Let's Talk Football, co-host me and my partner Janae Strother. We will be back with y'all this fall talking that good sports. I'm Washington, she's Dallas. I don't know how we work it out, but it makes it happen. But look, I'm here with my guy. You see him over here, Nine the Poet, and you know it, Houston, Texas fan, killing the game, doing big things, man. Yo, Nine, real quick, man. Talk to him, man. Yo, they don't know that Nine the Poet side, man. They don't know about that, man. You got anything coming up that they can potentially get at you, reach you, watch you? You know what's going on, man?
I'm if you're in Houston, Texas, you can always come see me at the Poetry Lounge on Sunday night. You know what I'm saying? It's always a vibe, duh. That's the ticket. We moving into the new season. We coming out of summer. We're coming out. We're not out yet, but we're coming out of summer. We moving into fall. I've been just in the lab, man. I did our poetry show last Friday. That was crazy. That
Yeah.
was wild.
Wait. Say that again. Say that again. Not poetry. Poetry.
Poetry. That was insane. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Right now, it's just in the lab. It's just coming up with new stuff. I got some things I'm working on. I ain't really gonna talk about certain things. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, everything come along according. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I can be affiliate within the city. You feel me? I've been here all my life. I done seen all the teams. Well, I ain't gonna say all the teams, but I done seen a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? I done seen the Oilers. You know what I'm saying? I done seen the Astros when they had the rainbow colors. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bring it back.
I seen the Texans first game. You know what I'm talking about? I was here when the Rockets was wearing orange and red, and we was champions. So. I'm just trying to become an authority. You know what I'm saying? A person that's seen it and vibe with it. But you can always follow me at 9, like the number 9, like 9, THAPOET. All platforms, TikTok, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Catch vibe.
Oh yeah. We all about that, man. We definitely gonna be bringing Nine in this fall to talk a little sports, get down with the get down, man. Because you know how we operate, man, getting it in. But look, now that oh yeah, absolutely. And now that we on here, man, we've been talking training camp. We got to talk injuries, man, because honestly, Nine, a lot of I think what really kind of set you guys back last year was the fact that you didn't have and what many thought was the premier wide receiver for y'all squad. I mean, we know Nico Collins came out, he balled out, he's fast, he did his thing, but in reality, that boy Tank Dell is the truth. Now, a lot of people, you got to go back to 2024 in the playoffs when he's sitting here torching the Chiefs, and he, sits here, catches the TD pass, then all of a sudden tears his kneecap, ACL, MCL, LCL.
That wasn't in the playoffs though. That was just a regular season. Nah, that was like weak because that's why he ain't had that many yards that year. That's why his numbers went down so bad because that was like game 4-5. You know what I'm saying? And Tank actually was able to play last year around week 12, week 13, but the team told him, bro, you ain't got nothing to worry about. We want to make sure you're okay. Like, we want you. Tank Dell has the Marvin Harrison type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? He is so close to that Marvin Harrison with his route running, but he got Deshaun Jackson speed. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what they was worried about getting him, making sure that he's healthy. But at the end of the day, man, the number one is always gonna be for right now is always gonna be Nico. Nico is number one. You know what I'm saying? And when Tank is out there in any capacity, whether you put him in the slot or you put him in the X, regardless of how you put him, somebody gonna be out there to watch him and to take the double team threat off of Nico. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And that's
Mm-hmm.
Nico, even though he had 1,200 yards last year, you know what I'm saying? That's what he learned to overcome that. And if you watch Nico Collins play football, Nico Collins was a deep threat. Nico Collins will when he hurt himself because he was running too damn fast when he caught that touchdown. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so you feel me? That's kind of the give and take. But at the end of the day, if we can get them two guys healthy and one of them cats from Iowa State from last year. They was rookies last year. They gonna be 2-year players. Hutchinson and I forgot the other nigga name. But if one of them just show up to where one of them can play the X and you put Tank in the slot, now you got problems. Now
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
got to be covered, one up, one win. Somebody got to be man covered. You can't double team everybody. We still got
Facts.
the tight end. You know what I'm saying? We still got
Mhm.
Schultz. He's still top 5 tight end in the league this year.
Facts. He's
You
legit.
can't cover everybody.
He
You can't.
legit. Yeah. Yo,
Yeah.
shout out to Sage in the comments saying hi. What's going on, Sage? How you doing, girl?
Hey,
Yeah.
how you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Sage, let us know if you got wonderful Women's Wednesdays tonight, man. If so, definitely want to promote that. It's on TikTok. Hey, talking great stuff. You know, talk women's
All
bodies,
ladies.
mind, souls,
Mm-hmm.
everything, man. Definitely
Mm-hmm.
killing it, man. Yo, so glad you can jump up in here in the comments, Sage. We talking a little football, but I think you right on there, man. And once you get Tank Dell back healthy, and as a matter of fact, you were telling me earlier that he was going back. He's now back at University of Houston, kind of running routes
Yeah,
and
him
and
and him
getting
and
fresh.
Matthew Golden. Him and Matthew
Yeah,
Golden from the Packers were training together. Um I sent you a video about it
yep,
this
I saw
morning.
that. I saw that.
And he is out there looking spectacular, man. He don't have no knee stuff on. He ain't got no knee braces. He ain't got no knee sleeves. He ain't got nothing. He is just him and his knee out there killing the routes. Feet look fast
Yeah.
as they did at first. You know, I also believe he have youth on his side. When you have
Mhm,
a devastating injury like that, but you only 22, 23, you bounce back better than if
mhm.
you was 33. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
Facts.
that also play in his favor as well. So
Mhm.
that's another thing. It's a lot of we gonna sees in the NFL. It ain't just with the
Oh, yeah.
Texans. Like, oh, we gonna see.
Oh,
It's a
everybody.
lot.
It's everybody. Yeah.
There's a lot of
No,
that.
I think some of the receivers, Noel was one of them, and Higgins, I think, was another one. For y'all, some of them young cats. Um, First and foremost, appreciate you, Sage, sending that. Was it that paper? Paper. Was it the bird?
Paper plane, the paper, the swan,
The crane jump. Yeah,
the
yeah.
crane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout out
yeah.
to you on that, man. We over here
Say
just
we
trying to do
love you,
things.
bro. We love you.
Yo,
I'm so
stay do
glad you're
that thing.
here.
Yo, that's all love right there. Yo, so Shay says 7:30 Central Standard Time. Ladies, if you're gonna want to check it out, definitely a vibe. They are talking women's the healthcare, taking care of their bodies, taking care of their minds, taking care of their soul, man. I mean, they get deep, they get in depth. I jumped in there and was listening, just like, okay, write notes. Okay, this is what I got to do to help my lady. Okay, I like that. I like that.
I actually got a comment on my end. My homegirl, frankly speaking, she was asking. She was like, "Dang, y'all don't talk about track. Y'all don't talk about volleyball." And it's funny that Sage is here because Sage is a head coach for a high school team out there where she's from. And if Sage is ever available, you know what I'm saying? They do have
Yes.
professional volleyball leagues. They do have college volleyball. Is interesting, you know what I'm saying? Marcus Spears' daughter is taking over UT right now. You know what I'm saying? There's some things to be talked about there. So we would love to have Sage come and talk volleyball and track so we can make sure that every sports realm is covered. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We will dive into whatever is out there. Just give us time to do some research on it and do stuff like that. But if y'all like talking about it, I am all about bringing people up here and let's have that conversation, man. Let's chat it up because I love chatting sports. We doing football right now, but we will definitely bring up all that stuff because that's man, that's my heart, man. We about to be, man. ESPN, they got their thing, they got a little head start, but we showing up, man.
Yeah,
We knocking on the door
yeah, yeah,
for sure,
yeah.
for sure. Yo, real quick, we talked about neighbors. We talked about Tank Dell. I want to go to Malik Neighbors, who's with the Giants, had tore his ACL, I believe, and I believe he tore also. Yeah, he tore his ACL. Underwent surgery to repair the ligament, and that was after week 4. And then he also over the spring had to have another surgery to kind of repair the damage that was done to the meniscus and everything like that. It's I don't know. They Harbaugh said he's going to try to wants to try to get him in camp at some point. But I think it's kind of telling that the Giants went and picked up who was it? Odell Beckham Jr., Juju Smith-Schuster, Braxton Berrios, all veterans, all older guys. But I think that kind of is telling that he's saying Malik Neighbors might not be ready come week 1, man. And then that's Malik Neighbors was the truth. He came from what? He was in Louisiana. He played at LSU. You know what I mean?
Right,
So, and he
right.
balled out his first year, over 100 catches, over 1,200 receiving yards. So he's definitely their wide receiver 1. And I wouldn't rush him back on that field with that injury.
It's funny because I would feel like New York would have the same type of medical facilities as we do down here,
Mm-hmm.
because Tank and Malik both had uh kind of mirroring injuries. Like, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
Tank's was worse because he did a lot. Like, he tore ACL, MCL, and he dislocated his kneecap, I believe. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where
Yep. Yep.
Malik just had tearage in his ACL and his MCL. I would think that they would both have, being big cities, New York being the biggest city, would have a better medical care.
Mm-hmm.
um Tank Dell said in the interview that he was worried after the surgery was over that he would have to revisit it because something wasn't done correctly. But
Mm-hmm.
out here, they did it correctly. It just took time to heal. You know what I'm saying? Where it sounded like something happened to Malik. I don't want to say they did it wrong because I'm not a professional, surgeon. You know what I'm saying? But it
Yeah.
sounded like they did something wrong where in his healing, he got to go back and get some more stuff redone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's gonna set him
Right.
back. I don't believe he should come back if that's the case. The season is right around the corner, and you coming back from a severe knee injury in that manner. I think that the Giants, that it's real telling how they feel about their players, because if they bring him back after they went and got all them substitutions for him, then
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's on the organization. Like, that's not good. I feel like, let
Yeah,
that
they're kind
man
of
heal.
desperate.
He's still young. He is incredibly young. And yes, even though he's 21, 22 years old, one more year ain't gonna hurt him, bro. One more year ain't gonna hurt him. You want him to come back without no knee brace on,
Right.
without no knee sleeve on. You want him to come
Right.
back straight running routes on what God gave him. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I
Right.
wish the best to Malik, because he really like, man, I got Malik Neighbors in the 6th round his rookie year in fantasy draft. And
Mm-hmm.
he was the light of the room. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that he come back, equally as
Come on,
talented.
Malik.
If
Come
man,
on.
man, bro, Malik Neighbors was a steal. You was getting him in some 8
Facts.
rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
come on,
Yep.
bro. Like, if we
Yep.
if we're talking fantasy, that was one of the best players to be had his rookie year. And his sophomore year, he was showing the same vigor, the same gusto, and then he went down with that gruesome injury. I want to say against the Jets. And I hope that they take their time and actually heal him instead of treating him like a piece of meat, pause, or like on like a slave on a
Mm.
plantation. And a lot of these
Mm.
teams, they do that. A lot of these teams, they rush people back, you know what I'm saying, from injuries that Nick Chubb, fucked his shit all the way up. You know what I'm saying? It was bad. And the Browns bought him back too fast.
Yeah,
and
man.
Look at him.
Yeah, man.
4 years later, look at him.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
that's sad to watch, man. But
we was talking. You said you was gonna talk about, the conspiracies and they don't really care about their jobs. Yeah, and I feel like with Malik Neighbors, that's something to definitely kind of keep your eye on to see, because Jackson Dart definitely don't give a fuck about us. But if it's not just that Jackson Dart and it's the organization,
pay attention.
New Yorkers,
pay attention.
New York.
Pay attention. Yo, hey, look, we ain't gonna slam the Knicks right now. They the champs.
No, I'm saying that's why they rock with the Knicks, because the Knicks got Puerto Ricans, black folks, Dominicans. The Knicks is a melting pot of culture. Where the Giants is a Trump rally, and the Jets just ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you. And look, to your point, he gets hurt in week 4. He undergoes surgery. Then right after that, then he has to get another surgery like a month later, and then he again has to get a surgery earlier this spring. It just something ain't right about all that. Something ain't right. And
he's doing in New York. What's y'all doing in New York? Hey, where's Bun at? Bun can tell us what's going on, because Bun is the you know what I'm saying, the authority of all things NYC. You know what I'm saying?
Right? What's mom, man? What's he talking about, man? We got to send this to him, man. We got to send this to him, because I know he said he ain't like the Giants though. He said he ain't like the Giants, but
he don't like the Giants.
Yeah. I wonder how many folks do like him, because a lot of even my cousins and my nephews and nieces, they out in New York. They talking about they don't like the Giants neither. You know what I mean? My older brother likes the Giants.
It's hard to like a team that represents your city but don't even play in your state.
Well, there you go. Well, speaking of which, the Washington Commanders, they have a facility in Asbury, Virginia, and their stadium is in Maryland. Oh man, I knew where you was going with that. Okay, you know what? We still gonna rock them.
I ain't even say nothing.
I see what you doing. I see what you doing.
Damn. That apply to us too. I wouldn't even think about time.
He talk about me. He talk about me. Okay.
I think about the Commanders, but
now look,
you got it, bro.
You want it. But look, now here's the other thing I'll say. Because with Tank Dell, we know they care. With Malik, who knows? But now let's go to the face of the league and Patrick Mahomes. He gets hurt in December. He tears his ACL and LCL, and they said right when he got the surgery that he'll be ready for week 1. Now, obviously, he the face of the league, so they're going to do everything in their power to give him the best possible care imaginable. Is there something different going on there? Obviously, there's more incentive to get Patrick Mahomes back.
I don't believe that Patrick Mahomes he is the face of the league. But what I think Patrick Mahomes is that he has so much to prove, because he was drafted over so many people. Patrick Mahomes wasn't our number 1 draft pick, even though he get paid like it and he played like it. You know what I'm saying? The Chiefs picked Patrick Mahomes in the 20s somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think he went first round. I think he went like second, third round out of Texas too.
Did he not go? I think he went first. Round.
Let me do some homework right quick.
Yeah, we're gonna look that up.
Yeah,
but they got him ready to come back week 1, and they have been adamant about that since all the way back to when he got hurt. They said, he's coming back. He'll be back week 1, raring to go. And it was interesting even when he got hurt. Now, they ended up picking up Justin Fields to be a backup for him. And they got that guy from LSU, Garrett Nussmeier, to also be in there for him. So I don't think those are two guys that are really ready. Yeah, first round, 10th overall pick in 2017.
Yeah, pick. They
So,
moved
but
up to get him. They moved
oh
17
yeah,
spots. They was 27. They moved up to 10.
oh yeah.
So they wanted
Now, and
him. They wanted him.
his status says questionable. Okay, but now
That is questionable.
I
That is
see for
questionable.
him,
That's totally questionable.
I would for him, I would sit here and keep him out as long as possible. I don't need you back. We already got 3, 4 championships. We know the Raiders ain't gonna be nothing. I don't need you back right away. But
But you know,
you,
Travis Kelsey got a timeline. And I
mm-mm,
think what they trying to
mm-mm,
do, I think they trying
mm-mm.
to appease
Speak
Travis
on it.
Kelsey
Speak on it.
because I think this might be his last year. I think
Yeah.
that his contract is I think this is the last year on his contract as well. It
Mm-hmm.
might be, you know what I'm saying? However much longer he got, whether if it's 1 or 2 years, I feel like after it's over, Travis about to go, on the NFL network and go, be a background dancer for Taylor Swift. I don't think
Yeah.
that he gonna continue to I don't think he gonna
She
continue, man.
said
I think
you gotta keep working, partner. You gotta keep working.
he gonna work, but I don't think it's gonna be with the NFL. I feel, man, look, bro, Travis Kelsey been playing for about 10, 12 years, man. He in his 30s.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, bro, that shit is tough, bro. Like playing football
Facts.
is not easy, it's not friendly on you. It hurt. Everybody deal with it differently, you know what I'm saying? And Travis is every bit of 32, 31, 32 years old,
Oh, you 36, bro.
and while you got him, he's 36. So while you 36, bro, he's done.
He don't need to
He's
play.
cooked.
He don't need to play. And now he
Right,
married to Taylor Swift. He don't need to play. Let's be honest about that.
bro, bro. I'm looking up how many years he got on his contract.
Yeah, because look, I think the only reason he's still playing, potentially, if he's trying to get that another ring, I can understand that. I always thought that they was gonna go out on their last, once he got his last title, that's what they was waiting for to get married. But now Taylor said, I ain't gonna wait for that. We're gonna go ahead and get this out the way, and you got one more year to play, and then you can podcast, you can do whatever this and that. So.
So yeah, really though, he got a 3-year contract, but he got 2 player options on that whole scene. Like it's a guaranteed 1 year, 12 million plus up to 3 million in incentives for 2026. That's this year. Future
Mhm.
years 2 and 3 contain non-guaranteed money and dummy void triggers designed for retirement or a team decision by June 2027.
Yep.
So this it for Travis.
Yeah, man.
This is the year.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the year. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
So
This
Travis,
it.
he's probably the one talking to
10.
Patrick. He's probably the one talking to Patrick, like, hey man, hey, I need one more ring, man. Let's get
He
one
get
more.
15 this year. He get
Yeah.
15 this year. And next year, it just depends on what happens. It ain't
Yeah, man.
guaranteed if you retire. And it ain't guaranteed if we don't fuck with you no more. You know what I'm saying? So it
Mm-hmm.
for the Chiefs, even though there has been a time, they have very much so did they due diligence and they shine for show. But
Mm-hmm.
the time look like it's coming up to an end unless the Chiefs make another move like they did, moving from 27 to 11 and snatching
Mm.
something spectacular.
Mm.
Cause boy, them old cats they picked up ain't gonna do it. Juju ain't gonna do it. Oh no, they.
Mm-mm. No. We
Sorry,
seen he
man.
ain't do it. We see he ain't do it before. So look, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. They want him back immediately. As in Patrick Mahomes. They have been trying all season to get him back, and that's it's going to be interesting also because Andy Reid, being an old school head coach, he normally has his guys out there in training camp, has his guys out there for at least a little bit in preseason. It'll be interesting to see if he, lets Patrick do any kind of work out there. Knowing Patrick, he's a competitor. He's going to want to get out.
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't know. I
Absolutely not.
wouldn't. But we know
Oh
Patrick.
man.
He's hungry. He wants to get out there. We'll see what kind of pull Patrick has. You know what I'm saying? Or if he just sits out until game one. But it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting
Yeah.
to see what's going on, man. But look, there's a number of injuries out there. We're gonna dive into them as the training off season kind of comes to an end, and we get closer to preseason, and we're gonna start paying attention to some of these other storylines as they go. But look, we got one more quick thing to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, and my guy alluded to it just a minute ago, and we're gonna handle that in our last segment. One last word. Yeah, buddy. One last word on this show. You have seen it. We have been on here chit chatting, about a couple things that, has been on our minds. And look, ever since me and my boys have been talking, he always alludes to something that I always try to push it far away. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear it. But me and my other buddy was talking some sports betting and talking about this Brendan Sorsby situation and all this money that seems to be funneling into pro and college sports, and it makes you go back and look at some of the events that happen. Some of the times when a kicker who's never misses a kick, all of a sudden doinks it and misses it. When you see these teams that are highly favored to win it all, and then all of a sudden they get a team that barely is able to make it into the game, and then they get beat. And it made me think. Well, it didn't make me think. What it really did is my guy has been telling me from day one that the NFL and sports are fixed. And I'm going to be honest, this is something that after hearing about some games in history, it kind of struck a chord with me. I'm going to go back all the way back. 1969, ladies and gentlemen, we just put a man on the moon. Nixon was in the offices before Watergate. Vietnam was going on, and there was a gentleman by the name of Joe Willie Namath that was going up with his Jets, struggled. They found a way to make it into the Super Bowl against the then Baltimore Colts. The Baltimore Colts, ladies and gentlemen, only lost one game that entire season, and in fact, in the championship game, I think blanked the opponent by like 30 points. Okay? They came into this game as 18-point favorites and representative of the NFL. Now, the Jets, with Joe Willie Namath, were in the AFL, which was at the time, a little fledgling league. It was a smaller league. They weren't on the level. Yeah. That's what it is. They weren't on the level as the big bad NFL. But unbeknownst to a lot of people, there was a lot of conversation that the AFL was trying to get in there with the NFL. They wanted to merge. But one of the things that the NFL said was, you guys got to prove that you have a credible group of teams out there. So what they did was they decided, okay, we're going to have one major game where the best team from the NFL conference plays the best team of the AFL conference. That game was called the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the first two Super Bowls in 1967 and 1968, the Vince Lombardi-led Packers crushed their opponents, beating the Chiefs 35-10, and then beating the Raiders 33-14 in Super Bowls 1 and 2, MVP Bart Starr. And then you came into Super Bowl 3. The Colts were a dominant team. A lot of you guys know there was a player that was a number one draft pick, Bubba Smith. A lot of you in the recent year, well, if you're 80s babies, you remember that movie Police Academy, Officer Hightower, really big, tall black guy, who has come out not recently, but in the 90s and since then, saying something was funny about that game, and he knew it in those years that we were so dominant, nobody can run with us. And what makes it even funnier is before that game, Joe Willie Namath, the quarterback of the Jets, and was in a press conference, and everybody was sitting there saying, yo, man, y'all are going to lose. Y'all are terrible, blah, blah, blah. So Joe was in his press conference, and somebody from the back says, man, the Colts are going to whip your ass. And Joe Willie Namath said, whoa. We're going to win the game. I guarantee it. Everybody was crazy. They were like, what? What's going on? The Jets ended up pulling out the victory 16-7. Now, some of you say, hey, that happens. Sometimes the underdog, the David beats the Goliath. But then I started thinking about some things about this game. Now, the Colts' great quarterback in that time was Johnny Unitas. A lot of people. Johnny Unitas. Yeah. Golden arm, everything. He was hurt for that game. So you had the backup, Earl Morrall. Now, Earl Morrall still led the team all the way out there. But it's interesting. Then you had an owner. You had this owner, Carol Rosenblum. Okay. This guy was known to be a sports bettor. He's a sports gambler. This guy placed a $3 million bet on the Jets. He owned the Colts. Bubba Smith talks about that offense was so nasty. They were so dominant. And in the first half of that game, that offense was in the red zone 5 times, came up with 0 points. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a play in this game where the Colts run a flea flicker, where they hand it to the running back hands it to the wide receiver flicks it back to the quarterback. If you look at that play in history, there was a wide receiver running wide open right down the field in the end zone, but the quarterback decides to throw it to some other receiver that's damn near double covered and gets it picked off. The wide receiver came back and said he was waving his hands in the air. I'm wide open. And the quarterback says, I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you tell me, and Nine, I'm going to ask you, is that just coincidence? Or was it fixed? What you think, Nine?
I'm going to always say it's fixed, bro. Especially in that space. I'm going to always say it's fixed, especially in that space because they wanted to merge. It was time to bring, the AFL to the NFL, and the only way they was gonna do it showed that they was able to compete. You know what I'm saying? And if the Jets got blown out, then I don't think that merger would have went through. And I think because of that, you know what I'm saying? And it's always been that way. It's always been fixed, man. It's never been the powers that be. It ain't never been fair. It's always been some fuckery involved. So that's my thing. That's where I feel.
I look, man, it is hard to make an argument against that. I'm going to be very honest with you, because you got to also remember at this point, this is also the 60s, where you have the mob and the mafia is deep into fixing boxing matches in New York, right? You talk about the Cassius Clay, aka when he turned into Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston fight, where all of a sudden that second fight, that rematch, Cassius Clay knocks him out in the first round, and you have that iconic picture with him with his fist up yelling at Sonny Liston. And what a lot of people said, even Muhammad Ali said, he was yelling, "Get up! They ain't gonna believe this. They gonna think it's fixed. Get up!" But a lot of people thought Sonny, he lost a lot of money in that first fight because he was supposed to win that first fight, and he ain't win that first one. So a lot of people think that was fixed. I can't. At that time frame, when money was moving so crazy, the NFL had a monopoly over everything that was going on in football, and now all of a sudden you got this fledgling league that gets Joe Namath, who was highly sought after, #1 draft pick, who actually was drafted by both the Cardinals in the NFL and the Jets in the AFL, and he ends up going to the Jets. Some people think that NFL never really recovered from that. So I don't know. You fast forward to 1 year later, the Chiefs of the AFL play the Vikings in the NFL. The Chiefs end up winning 23-7. MVP Len Dawson. Side note, there's always a funny picture. Rest in peace, Len Dawson. There's a funny picture of halftime of this game where Len Dawson is on the sidelines, halftime of the Super Bowl, with a cigarette in his mouth and a beer on the ground, taking a puff of the cigarette, drinking the beer at halftime. Hey, when men could be men, man. They was doing it up at that time. But that cemented it. 1970, the merger happened. AFL and NFL became what we know now as the NFL, and the leagues became the NFC and the AFC. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Nine. I fight you on this every single time you bring it up, but there are some of these things, man, where I'm just sitting here like, ah, something funny, man, something funny, and yeah, I look now. We talked about Super Bowl. Ed Reed and Ray Lewis last game. Ravens versus 49ers. Ravens are blowing out the 49ers, and all of a sudden, at the Superdome, one of the most famous stadiums, domes anywhere in the world, all of a sudden half the lights go out, and then the 49ers come all the way back. What?
They still lost. They still lost.
No, they still lost. They still lost, but still, they were getting blown out.
When them lights came on, correct me if I'm wrong, bro. When them lights came on, Jacoby Jones ran a touchdown back, and that's
he did.
That's what started the. But hey, man.
Look. No, because the Ravens was winning, and then I think he did. I think he ran it back before that because they was blowing them out. And then when they came back, all of a sudden Colin Kaepernick started balling, and the 49ers came all the way back. So hey, look, I don't know. I'm still gonna hold out. I'm still gonna try to have faith that things is not crazy and it's not fixed and all this nonsense. But I'm gonna be honest with you now, man. There's a lot of stuff that's got me thinking. Maybe, bruh. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Money's involved. Right. What can I say?
I am right. I'm totally right. I know I'm right. You know what I'm saying? Everything is all fixed. Everything fixed. You know what I'm saying? Everything is fixed.
It is.
If we don't learn nothing from the NBA, when Trump showed up to the finals, what happened? They lost. When he went away, what happened? They won. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all fixed, bro. It's all wow. Here you go. Like
wow.
If didn't nobody show it, the motherfucking NBA showed it last year. But yeah, man, it is rigged. It ain't, you know, to the powers that be, the best man win. There's a script involved.
Wow. Well, I need that script to get right with Washington at least once more in my lifetime. Okay, that's all I'm asking.
We all can dream, man. We all can, you know what I'm saying? We all can. We all can wish, man. We all
right
start out. You know what I'm saying?
But, come on with it.
I think Washington need a stadium, bro. That shit is raggedy.
Without a doubt. Now, right now, we in the works.
If Buffalo can get one, y'all niggas need to come on, bro. Because now y'all. Well,
that's the thing. Now here's the problem. We in the works to getting a new one, but at the last check, Trump and his staff, whether they've approved it, but then Trump's been floating this idea that we need to add his name to it. So I don't want it if we're gonna add that to it. I'm gonna put it to you like that, because I'm not trying to honor him with any of that nonsense. Okay. Listen, if that happens, go ahead and forward me applications to other teams in the NFL, because I will gladly join another team. I'm not going to be affiliated with that nonsense. We ain't gonna do that. Yeah. But look, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, look. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, man. Look, we gotta roll on out of here, man. We gotta do it. We've been on here about almost 90 minutes, chit-chatting, getting down. The NFL is back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited. Training camps are here, and about a week and a half now, the Hall of Fame game is back with the Carolina Panthers playing the Arizona Cardinals. I'm hyped. I cannot wait, man. Then preseason, and then September comes, we're back in the season. So I'm all for it. I'm here for it. I'm excited about it. Yo, so for my guy, Nine the Poet, and you know it, man. I appreciate you hopping on here with me, man. I know I took you for an hour and a half, but I appreciate you being patient with me, Doc.
It's all good, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Okay. Let's throw it on real quick. Let's throw it on so we can get out here the right way. You see that? You see it right there.
You got to talk about Trump. You took your hat off.
He ain't on it He ain't on it yet, man. He ain't on it yet. Come on, man. I can't do it. I need something, man. Don't do that to me. Yo, we out of here, man. Check us out later. We gonna definitely get down, man, and chat it up, man. Hit up my guy, man. The Poetry Lounge. Sunday nights. Houston, Texas, man. 9 to Poet. Check him out. He's got good stuff. Got good stuff. All right, people.
Peace.
We outie. Peace. Gentlemen, it is your boy, Sean Spencer. We on air, people. We are live. And welcome to Live with Sean Spencer, your boy. Yo, so glad to be here with you guys.
That sun shining on me.